Hi everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video, Sisterly Conversations.
Okay, so the topic for today is if I am single and are friends with a married couple, should I go out with my friend's husband alone? So I will answer the question and then I will tell you of a situation.
No, tell of the
Tell you the
situation
situation first and
first.
then answer the question.
Cause yeah, that would
Okay.
make more sense.
Alright. So where how this topic came up. I know of a situation whereby this lady is friends with a married couple. They all go out together or whatever. However, in the story that I heard, there was a case whereby for the because the husband and the lady has like close birthdays together, they would go out to like a lunch or whatever without the wife, right?
And the wife is okay with it,
And
I
the wife
guess.
is okay with it.
So we were told.
So I was told. So I was told, right? So for me, in the wife's eye, she will have to know what she can tolerate versus what she can't tolerate. There are boundaries to be set. I think that is the number one thing, setting boundaries. Now, for me, Tony, absolutely not. He ain't going away with she. Period. Without me. We are all friends, and there's no way that we are all friends and you're hanging out with my husband. I do not agree with that. I cannot see myself doing it, and I will not be doing it. Not in this life or the life after. Not me. Because at the end of the day, yes, people can be your friend, but other people can have different intentions. And again, in a previous video that we spoke about, jealousy can occur, and you never know. The three of y'all could have been friends, but then it's a case whereby she probably is jealous of your relationship and then sneak her way in. I ain't doing that. if it is that, if it is, I might have the fear of cheating. Let him cheat with somebody that I know nothing about, but not a mutual friend. That's my take on it.
And I endorsed your take on it, my sister. Yeah, so I agree totally with Tony as well. Um, there's no other way around it for me either. Basically, if everybody is friends and she's the third person, like she's the, what do you call it, the third wheel. Maybe you could bring another male friend. Maybe your husband have male friends, to come along, and maybe they could be interested in, maybe start a little flame or something. But not that two or wanna going out together because I can't make it.
Right.
That can't work.
Can't work.
You could, another, we could do another thing another time. Everybody could come together another time. If I can't make it, then I can't make it, and he can't make it either.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Because, as Tony said, even if there's not an interest there before, when you go out with a person, especially on a regular basis, I'm guessing it might not even be the first time they've been alone together. So if you keep going out on a continuous basis because the wife can't make it, what start to happen is, especially a place like dinner or lunch, you gonna sit down, you gonna have conversations, and you gonna talk about this. And what you have to talk about in first place. Because when you sitting down having dinner, you gonna talk naturally. You just eat and talk, right? So conversations gonna start happening, and and sometimes is when conversations start happening that sparks begin to fly. You understand? It ain't like even if you meet up in town and you say you going in a store or whatever with the person, and da da da, and then even asking the person for a ride, right? Because the person picking you up. Now the part, but the right, okay, there's some people that they might not have a vehicle or whatever, and they might want to ride somewhere or whatever. You could tell you, they might say, "Oh, I want a ride," from your husband or from your wife or whatever, right? Usually it will see it more so with the husband part. Usually you female friend that want a ride from your husband or whatever. And there's some people that are okay with it. There's some people that are not okay with it. Um, but I just think that's also even a little tricky. It depends. It depends on if you will allow. And your friend should never have your husband's number either to contact him directly. Even if you want a rate to go somewhere, they should be contacting you so that you know that they're asking your husband to pick them up and take them somewhere, right? But they should not have direct contact with your husband. They should got your husband or boyfriend. Cause we keep saying husband, boyfriend too. They should got their information. They should got their contact information.
Exactly.
And even if they do, and they contact you, boyfriend, your husband, he should be like, you know that you friend contact me and tell me that they want a rate.
Right.
You know, building trust between each other. Or babe, you know that, you know, when I had a conversation already that I can drop you somewhere or whatever, you know, but not that wanna going out for birthdays and you know, drinking could be involved. All type of things could be involved, and then next thing wanting to lead to another.
Right.
It could be something that going on for years to come. When people get comfortable and things happen, you ain't got an idea what's going on.
Exactly. That's
So
why you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful who you're bringing in at your house too.
that I was thinking the same thing just now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing because I was gonna say it's similar to when you go and move another woman in your house.
Correct.
Or another man.
Or another man. Exactly.
Talking about this is my friend.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have to be careful too because at the same time you don't know what could possibly happen while you're not at home.
Alright then.
But even if the person don't live in your house and that's your friend or whatever, why are you to why is it that you feel the need to go and spend time alone with your friend's husband?
Yeah.
Just ain't making a sense.
And
to me.
I don't care if you tell me to, oh, well, me and he's friends too. No, we are friends by couple. You and her are my friends.
Right, but
Right?
you could be friends, but friends that start off by being friends and sometimes wanting to lead to another. And you hear a lot of times friends say, "Oh, we were friends first before we become a couple."
A couple, exactly.
So
And we
the
spend time
friendship
together
thing
and
ain't
all that.
happening.
Yeah.
Each time you spend with somebody, you could get closer and closer and closer to the person. Yeah.
100%.
So
But-
that's almost like you pushing them together.
But I always say, again, I think as it relates to these couples, because all of us have our own opinion, all of us have our own judgments, I just think that people set boundaries that they could handle. If you know you can't handle that boundary, do not put yourself in it. But if you can and you're strong enough, no problem. Because at the end of the day, you have to trust your partner and your partner has to trust you.
Yeah.
Right? And you gotta know what works for you. Cause we might have this whole ordeal about, oh, but not my husband, not my husband, but somebody else might say, well, I don't mind, cause I know how he is, or I don't mind, I know how she is, you know, and I met her this way, blah blah blah, or I met him this way, blah blah blah, right? But you gotta know for you. I know for me, she need to know for she, right? So I just putting that out there too, because I can't cry down people for the decisions that they make. Likewise, they can't cry me down for the decisions. Well, they can't cry us down for the decisions that we make.
Yeah, but I don't think that there's nobody on planet Earth that will have a partner, be it in like a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and be comfortable with their friend going out with their husband. Like you know, even if the person say, according to you said the person say they're fine with it. Like in the back of your mind, you gonna always be thinking like, especially if it's a regular occurrence.
Right.
Unless you have an open relationship
Right.
where you don't care, you when you in a relationship him, but you dealing with whoever else and he dealing with whoever else or whatever, and you cool with it,
Right.
or whatever. But yeah, to me, it's just a lot of issues and problems. And then some people might come down with, I trust my friend and all of that stuff, and that's fine. You could trust your friend within contacts, because the reality is you just don't know what people will do or what they're capable of.
True.
And sometimes things has happened in ways where they might not even be planning it. Like I said, it's a birthday celebration, drinking could be involved. Maybe it was never on their mind in the first place, but one thing lead to another thing. Sometimes it's not necessarily always a case where, this was something that was going on before or whatever. It might be just a case where, because of the situation or the circumstance, something happened.
Right.
But then when it happened, they might feel comfortable enough for it to happen again and again and again. So
yeah,
it's just you protecting your boundaries, as Tony would say, or protecting your space, or what is yours.
But even looking at the friend point of view too, like the person who going out with the husband point of view too, I feel like again that person also has to set boundaries, and the husband must set boundaries too. And you gotta know what you're comfortable with, right? Because we might be looking at the wife perspective, but we also have to look at those other two perspectives as well. Because my thing is, if you're a loyal friend, then you're loyal. You know, if you're loyal, you're loyal.
If
so
you're-
you gotta know within yourself what you want, and when it comes to this, if it's just friendship, you would curb the conversation. You would just talk or whatever, and then that's it. But I would be looking at the wife perspective.
Yeah, but we're looking at the wife perspective because the wife is not there. The friend and the husband is who's at the restaurant or whatever, or whoever's going out with whatever, right? And to be honest, a lot of people will say your friend doesn't, like, yeah, your friend should owe you loyalty, but the friend is not in a relationship.
Right.
There are some people who are genuinely good, loyal friends, and they will say, okay, I don't even feel comfortable going out with you. But anytime you feel comfortable going out with your friend's husband alone, my radar goes off a bit, because it's like, why? Why can't you go out with another friend, or why can't you go out with another, or somebody that you might be interested in? Why you feel the need to go out with your friend's husband alone? What could you possibly have to talk about over dinner, over lunch?
Over lunch.
If you, like I said, if you go out as a group, it's different, right? With the wife there or whatever, that's different, right? But alone, that continue. And to be honest, a lot of people just have friends, and the friends be like, well, I don't owe you loyalty. Or if that you own husband and he can do whatever, like you assume that your friend is a good friend.
Right.
But we know the reality that a lot of friends don't turn out to be good friends at all. And half the time they must be jealous of you. Right. And your accomplishments.
Right.
And they just want what you have.
Exactly.
So they're just there to, act like, oh, I'm your friend, whatever. But the moment an opportunity comes in, the fly as a fox. And they must be ready to take over.
Right.
So you gotta know if you comfortable. So they say you gotta know if you comfortable with that situation or not. And some husbands, they don't care at all either.
True.
They want the kid and eat it too.
Eat it too. Exactly.
They want the wife and they want the friend.
Correct.
They want everybody.
They want everything.
So it comes down now. That's why we gotta focus on the wife, because it comes down now to you now knowing how comfortable you are with the situation. Because in the case now that you come and find out something happening now, you can't act shocked.
Right.
Because you put yourself in the position.
In the trade bag already. Yeah, exactly.
So.
Shen is done. Well,
Listen to the shade. Listen to the shade.
Well, guys, let us know what you think in the comments about this topic. I know it might be a bit hot. The conversations might be hot, so we are going to be looking forward to it. I must say though, I have to compliment my sister. Come to the front of the class, my sister.
About
You did a great job in answering this question. She did a good job. But no, Shanita has a wealth of knowledge, I will say that, and she did a good job with
yeah,
answering
but this
this.
is not necessarily about having a wealth of knowledge. This is like putting yourself in the situation. Like
But it's
if
still good, my sister.
yeah,
Plenty
but
of
no, but
compliment.
what I'm saying is it's not even about a wealth of knowledge. It's about if you in a situation, how will
What
you
will you
feel
feel? Mhm.
knowing that you have a friend that going out somewhere with your husband or your boyfriend or whatever? You gonna feel. For me, I would feel uncomfortable. That would be a
I
negative
won't have to feel uncomfortable
because it
because
wouldn't
he
happen.
ain't going nowhere. I could
Period.
tell. He
Yeah.
will go somewhere else with somebody else, but nope, not that friend. Mm-mm. But anyways, let us know in the comments what you think about the topic, and we'll be looking forward to your comments. So please like
Share.
and subscribe. Until
Until next
next time,
time.
bye.